How do you convince the first 10 stores to have your product?
हमारी सेइंग थी वीबा में एट दैट टाइम, जहां डाउट हो बोतल खुलवा दो. So
Okay.
we used to go to the retailer was कि we used to go one sales officer, one tasting promoter.
Okay, just give me a second. I'll just write it down.
आप ना पूरा मेरी कंपनी का ब्लूप्रिंट बनवा के भी डालने वाले हो ऑनलाइन.
बट ये बहुत इंटरेस्टिंग है क्योंकि जब हमने सोचा था कि हम प्रोडक्ट लॉन्च करेंगे तो ऑन दी आउटसाइड, क्योंकि ये सब इंजीनियरिंग की बात है, जो हमने सोचा था कि हम प्रोडक्ट लॉन्च करेंगे, हमको लगा कि हाँ क्या 4-5 रिटेलर को जाके बेच दो, डीमार्ट को मना लेंगे, 10,000 प्रोडक्ट शेल्फ में चला जाएगा.
डीमार्ट बहुत बड़ी चीज
वही तो कॉलेज के डिलुलू में थे ना हम. सो दिस इज लाइक दिस इज गिविंग मी सच अ ग्रेट इनसाइट एज टू हाउ डिफिकल्ट इज इट टू बिल्ड अ ब्रांड, एंड आई जस्ट वांट अदर कॉलेज किड्स हु आर आल्सो डिलुलू to understand this is what it takes to build a brand. So you're saying that
but
two people
it is very important to say here to these college guys, it's a lot of fun. Try it. It's not, don't get disheartened. It's a lot of fun.
Yeah, stupid optimism is what builds great companies. Because without that,
वो मेरे अंदर कूट के भरा हुआ stupid optimism.
Okay, so there are two people who go and visit the store too.
So our idea was कि bottle खोलो. We had a lot of confidence. So now I'll tell you two secrets. This sweet onion sauce is the most American sauce that you can think of. If you pick up that bottle and you can see those black dots.
Yeah.
As I told you, I am a very, very proud Indian. And Veeba ki success ka one of the biggest secrets is every product has an Indian angle. So hamari sweet onion mein the black seeds are actually kalonji seeds.
Okay.
Kalonji seeds are onion seeds. Now, kalonji gives a familiarity to your mother's kitchen taste. Our southwest chipotle, though we will import the chipotle pepper from Mexico, but the heat level is of an Indian chili chutney.
What do you mean heat level?
The heat, the amount of mirchi.
Okay.
Amount of mirchi. So every product has been, though it's an international product, but it has been designed to the Indian palate. So हम क्या करते थे, हम शॉपकीपर के पास जाते थे कि सर बहुत अच्छे प्रोडक्ट, आप नहीं मानते तो ट्राई करके देखो. Invariably, the product would be tried by the retailer and he would say हाँ यार प्रोडक्ट तो अच्छा है, चलो रख दो, बिक जाएगा तो पैसे दे दूंगा.
तो ब्रेड पे लगा के देते थे.
स्वीट अनियन का शॉकिंगली अगेन द मोस्ट अमेरिकन सॉस, हम उसको नमक पारे, दैट टूटी मट्ठी, दैट सॉल्टेड मट्ठी के छोटे छोटे लाइक फ्रेंच फ्राइज लुकिंग, सो वो हम नमक पारे मट्ठी के साथ खिलाते थे, स्वीट अनियन मट्ठी के साथ खिलाते थे. ब्रेड पे हम मिंट म्योनीज और साउथ वेस्ट चिपोtle लगा के, एंड हम चिप्स के पैकेट बहुत रखते थे कि उनको डिप के साथ चिप ट्राई करके दिखाते.
सीधा रिटेलर को.
एंड रिटेलर यूज्ड टू से यार टेस्ट तो अच्छा है, चलो रख दो, बिक जाएगा तो मैं तुम्हें दे दूंगा.
तो यू सेड टू पीपल, हु आर दोस पीपल?
वन वाज द सेल्स ऑफिसर जो ऑर्डर लेता था, एंड वन वाज द प्रमोटर जैसे जो शॉप्स में आप जाओ खड़े होते हैं टेस्टिंग कराने के लिए.
Oh, okay.
And then in our company we call them taste consultants. एक taste consultant और एक sales officer, ये दो लोग जाते हैं.
So these people got the shopkeeper as well as the people who came to the shop to taste the product.
Yeah. कई बार ऐसा होता था, मेरे साथ बहुत बार हुआ. उस टाइम तो मैं भी जाता था शॉप्स में कि देखो हम आपके कस्टमर को खिलाते हैं और मैम अगर ये हम यहाँ रखेंगे आप खरीदोगे. मैम वुड ईट, मैम वुड से हाँ पक्का खरीदूंगी, तो शॉपकीपर का वैसे ही कॉन्फिडेंस आ जाता था.
Wow.
So we used to at that time do a trick. So everybody goes to the shops between 10 to 4. That is when salespeople go. That is the time shopkeeper is relatively free because people don't. हम जाते थे 4 बजे के बाद because that is when the retailer had भीड़.
Okay.
और हम वहाँ जाके मैम को खुद ही खिला देते थे और मैम को अच्छा लगता था तो हम शॉपकीपर बोले को मैम भी लेंगी यहाँ से.
Wow.
So at that time we did all these जुगाड़्स.
Product speaks.
वो तो VRB believes in this, our company believes in this कि जहाँ डाउट हो बॉटल खोल दो. Bottle will not let you down.
This is so interesting, Viraj. So you're telling me that you got hold of the first few retailers simply by getting them to experience your product.
Yeah.
And after that, and like you said, you went during a time where there was very high traffic.
Again, so that it doesn't sound too filmy, we found a few shops where we wanted to go. Bulk of the shops we did between 10 to 4 only, but few shops where we really wanted to be present, we would go at a time when we could also make the consumer try. Because if the consumer liked it, shopkeeper would say, "Acha rakh lo."
So the real pull is from the customer. I'll tell you something very interesting. I was in conversation with the CEO of Cycle Pure Agarbatti. It's a 1,200 crore brand. His grandfather, he used to sell his agarbatti stick for his entire pack for 1 rupee.
Right.
Whereas during that time, the other competitors, they were selling half the number of agarbattis. Sorry, they were selling twice the number of agarbattis at half the cost.
Half the cost.
So technically देखा जाए तो his agarbatti was 4 times costlier.
Yeah.
But even then, all the retailers flocked to buy his agarbatti. The question is why? And that is when Arjun told me a very interesting story. All he did was first visit the store. Everybody rejected. They said, we are getting products at much cheaper rate. I don't think the customers will like it and it is not worth my time. But you know what he did? He said, okay, no problem. But can you give me permission to light up the agarbatti over here? The shopkeeper said, yeah, no problem.
So product
and
speaks for itself.
he also gave 2 agarbattis to the shopkeeper
घर ले जाके.
कि घर ले जाओ. And look at the similarity in the story. Only 2 agarbattis. No more, no less. So the shopkeeper said, okay, now that I've got 2 agarbattis, I'll go and light it up. No. The shopkeeper went home, lit it up, and the wife is like, dude, where did you get this agarbatti from?
Wow.
The padosi came in,
ये कहाँ से आई?
where did you get this agarbatti from? Then the retailer came back and he asked him, give me 2 more, na? He said, no.
अब खरीदनी पड़ेगी.
Tomorrow.
अच्छा. Oh, so
Tomorrow.
similar, huh? Similar.
And then he did not come only that day. He said, tomorrow. ऐसा करते करते, there was a point where the retailer started almost begging him कि भाई साहब, please give me your agarbatti because and if you do not give me this agarbatti, you should not light up your agarbatti over here because every day you come, you light up the agarbatti and you leave and all the customers are walking in, and they don't look at the products on my shelf, they simply come and ask me, which is this fragrance? I would like to have this fragrance, and I do not have the product, so it gives me a very bad reputation because now they feel insecure because now if the customer comes in and he does not have this agarbatti, the customer will go looking for that product somewhere else. So the retailer got so insecure that the retailer requested him for the product, and then he started selling the product, and when he entered the market with a premium. And even today, I just mentioned that good companies do even those things well that nobody takes notice of. Cycle per agarbatti is one of the very few agarbattis which will not give you a headache, which causes the least amount of pollution.
Oh, I didn't know that.
And most importantly, back then, they made sure that whatever agarbatti they made, it will burn till the end.
Oh, so again, see value for money.
Okay, and I asked him who cared. The only answer was nobody cared, but we did.
Yeah.
Do you realize the similarity? So this is, I'm talking about 30, 40 years ago.
But I'm just happy to hear, again, for the sake of clarity, no retailer ever kind of begged us to keep the stock. हमारे साथ वो कभी नहीं हुआ. And I think retailer shouldn't do it also. We have to. But I'm so happy to hear that, I mean, a brand which I respect has a similar philosophy or the same start point.
So
How
even
cool
there,
is that?
the philosophy is very simple.
Yeah. And similar.
हाँ, यहाँ पे आपके पास bottle खोल दो philosophy था. वहाँ पे अगरबत्ती जला दो philosophy.
जला दो, exactly.
So
अगरबत्ती confidence in the product.
Yeah, I mean, that speaks volumes about the heart of the company. The heart
Maybe
of the
one
company.
day, Ganesh, my grandson also talks about it like this. Let's hope wo bhi
I'm
jaake-
sure he will.
I don't know.
So it is so fascinating that if you can build a product that can speak for itself, the burden on your sales team decreases.
Yeah,
And
100%.
And the adoption of the product becomes very, very fast. So until you build a great product, you're going to endure all the trouble possible. But after you build a great product, if the product starts speaking and you don't have to speak, then you will have an easy ride scaling
You
up
will
your company.
still endure problems, but till the product speaks.
There'll be good problems.
Yeah, there'll be good
Constructive
problems.
problems.
No, there'll be tough problems to begin with, but once it starts speaking, you have to give the product some time to speak, right?
Yeah.
So those 6-7 months are difficult. In our case, I do not know what happened. Again, the consumer gave us so much love. After we entered retail, and all of these things happened, we put our stocks in certain shops, distributor shops. Then something snapped. 6-7 months later, word of mouth, I don't know what happened. Our product started moving fast and we were not ready on how fast the product is going. The consumer, I'm so blessed and God has been so kind to me that the consumer, this was not by design, we did not envisage this. The consumer gave us so much love that I was humbled beyond anything. And and the product started moving fast and fast and fast. And now to complete the answer to your first question, the distribution today is very different. We've got 3 places of manufacturing, 2 owned by the company and 1 outsourced. Now we have depots in the country. So let's say we have 1 depot catering to north, not 1 catering to north, multiple catering to north, a couple catering to west, like that. So plants to depot, depot to distributor, and distributor to retailer. So we've got now state depots where the stocks come and then they're given. So state depot, in certain places there are own stock, and in certain places we've got something called a super stockist.
Super stockist.
Yeah, so super stockist is 1 level above the distributor.
Okay.
So he will take the stock. Let's say, for example, in the interiors of Punjab, we want to open our distribution. Wahan pe we will open, let's say, 70-80 distributors. Now, each distributor will be too small to ship from the depot directly. So we might open a super stockist over there.
Okay.
So we will ship him 1 truck, and he will ship part loads to multiple distributors in a 20-kilometer radius from him.
Okay. So if I were to draw a chart, what would this look like? First we have the retailer. Then we have the
No, if
distributor.
you're starting from the bottom, first you have the consumer.
Consumer. Okay.
Consumer, the consumer तो first है ही हर केस में. So consumer तो पहले ही आते हैं. So consumer, retailer, distributor, super, then CNF.
What is CNF?
Carrying and forwarding depot. It's a depot, basically our company depot. So now, in certain cases, it'll be distributor to CNF.
Okay.
And some places will put a super in between.
Okay. Okay.
And then company, which means plants.
Okay. Understood.
So super is in some of the cases, not all the cases.
Okay. Got it.
And in some cases, we'll not even have, let's say, a CNF. We might bill directly from the company to the super.
Okay. Okay. So consumer, retail, distributor, super stockist, and
Depot.
depot. Okay.
And then factory.
It is so fascinating to understand that the consumer who's buying a 50 rupee product is the one who dictates everything in the market.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, Viraj, I am very...
And the number 2 person of importance, it's the consumer, then the retailer. Distributor and company come last. So in the level of importance, I would say it is consumer, then retailer, then I would say company, then distributor.
Hi guys, thank you so much for watching the Indian Business Podcast. If you find value in our work, please hit that subscribe button, because for you it might be a 0 effort task, but for us, that subscriber count is an important instrument to get great guests to our podcast and to make this podcast better for you. So if you find value, please subscribe.